Hello, welcome back to another episode. So let's get started. We have a lot of things I'd like to do today. Most of it being, well, everything we're doing today is designed around the shopping district, but it requires the shopping district, and that's why we're here first today. We're going to be working on our shop. I've already been set up materials. I have gathered everything that we need, or almost everything. There's a few more things that we'll have to craft up real quick, which just involving the terracotta and of course mining the donkeys going off. We're going to be building it here in this area. I'm super excited to get to that. So we have a lot of stuff to do. I want to get started as soon as possible. The shop is first, so let's get this started. Let's craft the rest of that terracotta real quick though. Okay, so the rest of the terracotta that we'll need, it's actually more than enough, so we'll put that in there. We'll need it in a bit. I just want to real quick, like completely sidetrack. Baby goats are so cute. Look at it. Also, I don't remember who made the shop, but they had goats going on and a goat died, and so I replaced it with a baby goat, and it's so cute. Anyways, it's gonna be a fast start to this episode, so I apologize if it's kind of confusing. I'll try my best to piece it together, but I want to get the first portion of this video done because the rest is going to take twice as long. So let's officially start the building process. With the main exterior of our shop done, I began working on adding in some of the details. Starting on the outside, I built a tiny cart and some crates to look as if the shop was getting a bunch of deliveries. I then added some vines to help add a little bit more color to the stone and oak areas of the build. Going inside, I used spruce planks for the flooring and cyan terracotta as the wall block. I then began working on the main interior details, which included a staircase leading upstairs to the second floor. And then on the first floor, I added storage for the items being sold and a little machine just to add a little bit of extra detail. Yes, indeed, folks, the build is done, and I am very excited. So let's take a look around the roof. We will come. You guys can see the roof. I'm honestly, what the. There's this is new. Someone just did this. There are so many Sorry, I got distracted. That's a lot of goat heads. Poor goats. They're defending. Nice. Okay, anyways, there is our build. It is not quite done yet, to be honest with you, but that's okay. So, as you can tell, it's a decent sized build, and it's a bit different than what I've normally done. So I guess I want to kind of explain that, and I want to be honest. Yes, this build might look something similar to what Corrales has been doing the past season of Hermitcraft, and that's true. I'll be honest, I've taken heavy inspiration in what he's done because I think it's really cool looking, and it's definitely a challenge for me to kind of not replicate his builds exactly, but take the style and the way he does his detailing and kind of incorporate it into something I want to do, which this build was that test of it. It was the test of similar blocks I'd be using for my mega base, but then also kind of the style of industrial-ish, steampunkish, but not so much of a 3D element, but having the small little flat blocks like the signs and whatnot and the trapdoors as detailing. I think it's definitely a work in progress and definitely need to figure out more of it, but for the first time ever doing it, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks good. So I still have some more stuff to do. I need to definitely make, similar to what they've done here, but then also over here where they've done a little dip, a little step up into a shop. I need to do that over there and kind of replace some of the frog lights that I took out to keep the area lit up for everyone else. Yeah, that's the build. It's done, but that's not all we have planned for this episode. I promise the next part of this episode will be very, very fun. There's a whole bunch of stuff we need to do, and it's gonna take some time. Where's my bed? My bed is here. Okay, we're gonna sleep real quick, then we'll move on to the next part of this episode. Okay, so the next part of this episode will kind of be around our base area a bit more. And we're not actually going to be working on the base itself, any builds like that, but instead we're going to be working on some farms. So to fill that shop with stuff, I've chosen to do some dyes. I think, you know, a lot of people have said, oh, they need a lot of dye. Personally, I might end up needing a lot of dye as well. So I think it will be a good shop, at least a starter shop, you know, that first floor being set for the dyes and whatnot. But that means I need to actually do stuff like make dye farms. And there's a whole bunch of different dye farms that we can do. So there's actually going to be a few of the same farms, a multiple of the same farms in this area. One of them will be, or one or two of them will be in the flower forest, and then we'll have, you know, the farms for like the tall flowers, which will knock off some of the items from the list, and then we'll have some of the farms, for example, like the blue flowers and stuff. They're not very commonly spawned down in this area, so I'll have probably a flower for farm up here on the hillside for like the blue dye, so I don't have to do lapis. And then eventually we'll need to go do some other farms in different locations. But for now, I think I want to work on the farms that are going to be over here by our base. That being said, I think it's time we start actually working on these farms. So let me gather up some of the materials, and then I will come back and we will start officially working on the next part of this episode. The first farm on the list was the glow squid farm. But yeah, does anybody else notice anything wrong with this? No, just me? Okay. Yeah, I'll explain. I built the farm at the wrong Y level because it's not my fault that I forgot that they changed the glow squid spawning mechanics. Anyways, the farm is in the correct spot now, and it works quite well. The original design is Biological Geek Boy, but I've had to make some minor adjustments to him, so let's go over those. Alrighty, folks, we are back, and I've spent some time AFKing, and so I will kind of go down and show you what it looks like. It took me a while, by the way, to figure that one out, and I will explain what initially I did wrong. So other than the fact that this was in the wrong spot, I built the farm and it wasn't working, and I realized I knew this, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to do it as much, but I had to. The water that was surrounding us, I'll go into free cam real quick. There's a bunch of water that was surrounding us, and you can see here, right, this area, there's still glow squid spawning because I'm down here, but I had to go through these areas and light them up or drain the water. And I learned that glow squid like to only spawn in dark spots, so I've gone ahead and I just put in some. Oh, I still left some. Oh, I left that in here. Okay, we're going back in there though, because I left that and I'm so dumb. Okay, we'll turn that off for now. That being said, there, I've checked, and I want to show you that is a lot of glow squid ink sacks. So, but yeah, recommend if you're gonna watch this or build this farm, definitely this design still works. It's really simple. Took me only about 30 minutes to build. So let's move on to the next part of this episode. So as you guys can see, we are in the first area where I had dug out and tried to build the first part of the farm, or the first part of this episode with the farms, which was the glow squid farm. And I decided that instead of wasting this big area that I dug out, I might as well build our second farm here, which we're going to be building a cactus farm. So that being said, you get to see me still. Let's get into building this farm. Alrighty, so the cactus farm is done. It definitely bigger than I expected it to be, honestly, at this point, because initially it wasn't going to be this big. But anyways, with one giant cactus farm complete, it was time to head over to the flower forest and start working on those flower farms. Alrighty, so we're done. Well, over here at least we're done. So we have over down on this area right here, we have 4 flower farms. So we have a tall flower farm. It works, you know, these are fast. These are simple to make. So there's that one. Then there's this one here. This one will do some white tulips, which is just light gray dye, and a few orange and pink tulips. Those ones are a bit harder to get though. And I forgot peonies make pink dye. So over here I did this, it was the pink one. But we do get some lily of the valleys, which is white dye, so I'll take it, and of course some white tulips, because that seems to be every single flower that will end up spawning. So, and then over here we have orange tulips and again white tulips. So we go up here and we have, where is it? It's right there. We have one up here. This one is for blue dye, just regular old blue dye, so I don't have to actually use lapis and continually mine lapis or make a farm. I don't think any farm has lapis. So yeah, I haven't run this. I don't have any bone meal, so I need to grab more bone meal. I just figured since I'm over here, I might as well record this particular portion of that. So yep, those are the 4 flower farms that will be near our base done. Let's get over to our next area. I need to also probably make a portal over there, because there's going to be, at one point I will need a portal. So let me make a portal where we're going to be next. Oh, hello, sir. Hello. Okay. Alrighty. So, hello. I'm back. Okay. Yeah. That monster. We're gonna build that. Yeah. That being said, wrong button. Let's get this farm going and done with. Yes. Let's go. Apparently mobs can no longer spawn on scaffolding. So yeah, I built this entire farm and realized it wouldn't work. But the fix was pretty simple, but also really time consuming. So with the power of editing, here is the farm complete and working fully. Okay, hello, I'm back. It took a while, but we got a lot of stuff done. Yeah, there's been a lot of things. So what we have here, what we mainly went to go build at first was this massive thing. I initially did not realize that this needed to be changed. The design I had was from a few versions ago, and I did not realize that they changed the spawning mechanics for scaffolding in Java Edition. So scaffolding no longer worked. I built it all in scaffolding, and then, well, I had to break it and rebuild it. But with slabs, so it still works, still a great design, and it's very efficient. We'll go down here. We'll ignore the thing to my right because that's a later thing. But we'll go down here. I have bone blocks now, so I have a little storage system. I'm getting rid of most of the materials that are being dispensed from this farm because it's an all mob farm. But I have bones, 4 chests worth of bones, a bunch of ungun powder. This is mostly just for myself, TNT, and rockets, so I don't have to keep spending diamonds on them. And then I have string. The string is not a massive necessity. I just keep it because you never know when someone needs string, so that's why that's there. But yeah, they have a storage system. It's a pretty simple farm to build. I don't remember who initially designed this a few versions ago, but that's I had to make adjustments, but I made adjustments and it still works. It's a great farm. So, but we're gonna go back to our base and kind of get organized a little bit better, because I have one more thing I would at least like to get done. There's some other things that I know I'll need to do, but at this point those might be a different video project, or in between videos and like some bigger projects and whatnot. So but for now, let's head back to our base and move on with the next project for this episode. For the next part of this episode, I would be hopping into the end to quickly build a Wither Rose farm. I totally didn't forget to turn on my microphone during this part of the recording, but the Wither Rose farm is all done, and it works really well, as you guys will be able to see in just a second. And I believe the original design of this farm from a few years ago was by Raiseworks or ENX04, but Raiseworks does have an updated version of this farm, so if you want to build one for yourself, I definitely recommend going to check out his video and learn how to build it from him. But that being said, I think it's time to leave the end and head over to the overworld so that we can actually start working on opening our shop. Alrighty folks, so the shop is done and I've gone ahead and added up some stock and just add some minor details to the outside and a bit more to the inside, if I can remember how to leave that. Okay, there it is. So here's what it looks like with shaders. I think it looks amazing. I love it. I've gone ahead and added more of those pillars that were on the top right there, just up to the front here, and I've extended out this walkway to the staircase leading up to the second floor and then leading back into the first floor. I've gone ahead and named our shop Shadow Hues, which is the first floor, and then our upstairs portion is called Ender Threads, so we can go inside and take a quick look as well. So inside, I just added up the stock. There's going to be a shulker box for each thing, and everything in here has the pricing for them. It's actually fairly cheap, I will not lie. I've gone ahead and up here added our glow squid and our glow lichen with pricing as well. And then I've added these little extra blocks here. So these are going to be for future items I decide to sell, which I probably will sell more stuff in the future. Then these banners, I haven't really done them for a video, but they're custom banners I've made for some of the server members in the past. So I've gone ahead and offered to make some more for anybody, which they can go ahead and read how to do that through this book. So that's just the detailing and the finishing touches, especially for the upstairs portion. And then just adding up the stock. Down at the very bottom is just a little extra storage area for me to keep some of the extra dye. These shulker boxes have a bunch of extra dye in it, and then some extra materials for me as well down here. So that being said, I think that is all I had planned for this video today, so we can head back outside and we can go back in cool fly mode. So yeah, that being said, I think that's all I have for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, please consider leaving a big fat thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're brand new and want to see more episodes in the future, and let me know what you guys think of this build. I really do enjoy it, and I can't wait to kind of expand on this style and this type of just theme in general, especially for our build, our mega base. I have more plans for that coming up, so be on the lookout for more videos in the future. And that being all said, I hope we'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.